Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine. It's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 537, and I am continuing on with my Zoho Mail series. And today we're going to go back into calendar, and I'm going to show you how you can set up other personal calendars that you may or may not want to share with people, and why you might want to do it. I've certainly been delving into this myself recently, trying to get myself into a nice flow so that I can organize my life around things. So let me start sharing my screen, and we'll just jump straight into it. This should all look very familiar to you by now. This is our mail screen. We're not going to work in mail today. We are actually going to go to our calendar. So our calendar, just for those who are tuning in Zoho Mail, is found on the left. It says mail.zoho.com. It's found on the left-hand bar. Bar on the left-hand side, you've got your calendar option, and from here, you can see all of the calendars that we've got. So yesterday I went through my general calendar, the one that is defined or set up when you create your account. I renamed it to Lad Info, Learn About Dogs Info. So I knew it was the one for info at Learn About Dogs. I also subscribed or synchronized to my Google and my Outlook calendar. I also showed you how you could turn on different calendars like your holidays, your Australian holidays calendars. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to actually be playing a bit about in our calendars, my calendars, your own personal calendars. I'm going to show you how to set up a new one for yourself and why you might want to run two personal calendars under the one sort of banner here. First of all, let's just go and have a look at the manage options again, just to do a quick refresh. So once you click on the settings, you've got your integrations. We will come back to integrations at another time, and you have all of these other options here. These don't touch. We're not going to touch these just yet. Sorry, I keep tripping over my own tongue. We're not going to touch these just yet. We're actually going to head out, and what we're going to do, we're going to create our own calendar, a new calendar. So here, right next to my calendars, there's a little plus button. I'm going to click that. Now, you'll see you've got two options. We can add a calendar or subscribe to a calendar. I'm not going to do subscribe to a calendar yet. We're going to do add a calendar. We're going to come down to my calendars under settings. So we could have gone in this way. Here under my calendars, we're going to click the plus button. See, we could have come in this way, Charly. Idiot. And we're just going to call this workday schedule. Now, I'll tell you why I do this in just a moment. I'm going to leave workday schedule out of the include in my free busy sharing. This is the default option. And what this means is that if it's not checked, when you put things into your calendar, it's not going to come out of your free busy schedule. So when people go and look for a time in your calendar, so whether it's within your team and they say, we want to book her for a time, when you do that, it comes up, it says they're available at these times. If you've got things in this calendar and you've got this enabled by default, it will take it out. They won't be able to book you during this time. I'm going to leave it as no. I'm just going to put notes in there. I'm going to put appointments in there, but they're not going to take up time slots that people can book and talk to me. The other thing you can do is change the color of it. You can choose one of the preset colors, or you can choose a preset color. That's right. And you can choose whether you want the text color to be auto, black, or white. I always choose white when I'm using colors because I like the contrast. Gives you an idea of what it looks like here. Text color preferences will only be applied for solid event colors. That's fine. I'm going to say apply. Now we have workday schedule set here. What else do we need to do here? That's it. We're just going to say save. Now that we've clicked save, you'll see that it's saved. It gives us the information. We've got the little eye icon, which means we can hide it from our sidebar or we can have it displayed. I'm going to leave it as displayed. Now we can go through and do some changes on it. We can update the name of it. We can change the description of it. You can set your default reminders for this calendar. It depends on what you want. So again, I covered this in yesterday's episode, but you can set up as many reminders as you want. You want to get an email before the event up to however many days before the event. Do you want to get pop-ups or notifications, and it will put them in here for you. So you can set up your default reminder notifications for this. You can share this calendar to your organization. Again, you can have it as off, so it's just personal to you. You can have view only the free busy information, or you can view all the event details. I'm going to leave it as off for now. You can have one person who has access to this calendar. You enter their email address here. Remember from yesterday's episode, the calendar sharing is only permitted to users within the same DC. Now, I'm on the US DC for this data center, DC data center. I'm on the US data center for this account, so I could only share with people who are in the US data center. So if you're putting in an address here and it says they're not on the same DC, that's what it means. They're just not in the same data center. There's another way you can share your calendar with them. And again, you can decide how much information they get to see or what they get to do. Now, delegate, manage, exit calendar, fantastic if you have a VA on and you want them to manage your details for you and manage your calendars and be able to reassign things and book events for you and all of it. That's what I would be doing. I'd be delegating my calendar to them. Not going to cover groups. I covered all of this yesterday. So for the rest of this, I'm going to encourage you to head back to yesterday's episode and go through it. Now that we've done that, that's fantastic. We're just going to close that down now. You'll see up here under my calendars, I now have 2 calendars. I've got the blue one. And if I just check the settings for my blue one, come down to calendars, click on LAD info. I've got this included in my free busy scheduling. So what I've done is I've set my blue one up to be the one that takes out time for me. So if people want to schedule time for me, this is where. So if I want to take time out for appointments where people can't book me, this is the calendar that I'll be putting it in. But my workday schedule calendar, this is where I set up things like. You'll notice when I click on, let's just do that again. 9 a.m. I'm going to click on 9 a.m. and create an event. Well, this is for yesterday. Let's do this properly and do it for tomorrow, shall we? 9 a.m. We start tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm going to not do that. We are going to come down here to where the calendar is. We're going to schedule it for a workday schedule. So I'm going to put it into the purple calendar, the workday schedule. And I'm going to say podcast creation. And I'm going to make that. Now, this sets up default 30 minutes. I'm going to make that an hour. So I'm going to set an hour from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to do podcast creation. It goes into this calendar. I'm not going to invite anyone else to it. I don't need to have any more details in here. I am going to click more options and I'm going to make this a repeating event and I'm going to make it repeat. Weekdays only, daily, every day, every weekday, never ending. Now, if I click save, I can put a description in here. I don't need to do anything else though. I'm going to say save. And what you'll see now is that every day I have podcast creation set. I go next week, every weekday that is, Monday through Friday I put. So this is how I set up my schedules for productivity, for achieving things. As I put it in to say I'm blocking out this time to do this type of work. Now, let me just edit this event. So to edit the event, click on the event, click on the pencil icon at the top. Because it's a recurring event, it's this event, this and following events are all events. I'm just going to make it all events this time. And here, you'll see I don't have it added. I don't have it added to my free busy schedule. Now, nice little note. I love the fact that it gives us our tooltips here. Calendars should be included in free busy sharing to add the event to your free busy sharing schedule. So what that means is that anything I add into this calendar at the moment isn't going to appear in my free busy. It's just going to be here so that I can put in things. So from 9 to 10 is podcast creation. From 10 to 12:30, and we're going to put it in the right schedule, make it in the purple schedule. I'm going to make it weekdays. Going to make it recurring. I'm going to make it weekdays only, every day. And I'm going to say client work. Can't add it, I can't make it private. It's in workday sheet. That's all I need. Click save. And then I've got podcast creation, client work, and then let's do here. I'm going to put it in the right calendar. 12:30 to 1 p.m. I'm going to say walk. And we're going to say more options. I'm going to make it repeat. I had a meltdown just there. Weekdays only. Click save. Click save. That'll do. That'll give you an idea. So I can block out my entire day. And then when I come and look at my calendar, I can say, okay, what should I be doing at this time of day? Oh, it's work. I've allocated this to work time. This may not work for you. Okay. This might not work for you. And that's okay if it doesn't. This is how I handle it. This is how I handle my productivity. You might find something like this works really well. What it means though is that during client work, I can still have appointments scheduled in. Let me just click in here and say I want to book a meeting at 10:30 next Monday. Meeting with Joe. 10:30 to 11. It's in lad info. We're all good. I can click more options. I can invite people. I can do whatever I want here. Click save, and I can see that it's in there. So it will still give me that, but it'll tell me that during this time I should be, whatever goes in this time for me should be client focused work, should be client facing work. My lunchtime, I need to get out for a walk. I make it, I know some people are going to scream and say, if you want to get out for a walk, you've got to make that standard. If I need to, I can be a little flexible and book some client work in there or do something else around it. That's why I create multiple calendars here. You may also find that you need to put work events. We've got this marketing event coming up. You might want to have what your social media posting is and have what's posting at what time on which day go into your calendar. There's any number of reasons you would want to run multiple calendars in here. I know when my kids were little, in fact, let me just come back and start talking to the screen again. In fact, I know when my kids were little and I was managing, them at school, and I had to know what was going on at school. I didn't have to be there. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to be aware of what the kids needed at a particular time. Like, oh, this is coming up. I need to make sure they've got this stuff ready. But I didn't want it in my personal calendar or my work calendar taking up free busy slots, taking up time in the calendar and confusing my VA because they're like, why have you got a kid event in here? Are you going to that? No, I just need to know about it. I'd run a calendar for each of the kids. And then that would show up. And then if I wanted to, I could turn the calendars off and just have a look at what my work schedule looked like. I could have a look at what my productivity schedule looked like. I could have a look at what their calendars looked like. It was easy enough for me to manage multiple calendars that way. Now, that might not work for you, but you might have another way of using multiple calendars like I've just shown you. So what do you guys think? Is it a useful tip for you? Is it a useful feature? I personally love it. I have multiple personal calendars. Let me know what you think in the comments wherever you are watching or listening to this video. If you've got any questions, feedback, comments, I'd love to hear them. Also, come across to our locals community, or my community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. It is designed for business owners who want to get better with their tech, who want to understand their tech better, more in depth, without getting into the nitty gritty, without becoming, dare I say it, a propeller head. If this video was useful, I had to think for a minute there. If this video was useful, please give it a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. And please ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.